All right, Ollie, on a night when you could really have been doing with 3 points, not for the first time this season, Drogheda have proven a difficult proposition.
Yeah, most certainly. Yeah, did we deserve 3 points? I'm not quite sure. We had a lot of the ball. We huffed and puffed quite a lot. We probably didn't do enough as regards opening them up from open play. And there were a lot of set pieces that we felt, might have fallen for us and did fall for us in other days. But fair play to Drogheda. They got a point out of it. They've beaten us twice along the way this year, and that's why they are where they are. And that's why we're looking at, trying to avoid a relegation playoff.
Yeah, and is that enough for them now, Ollie, do you think?
I do, yeah, I think so, yeah. I think with the way Tim and Kevin celebrated there, I think that's them safe, yeah. And fair play to them. We can nothing but give them credit, because there's not much between us, bar the 2 games that they bet us in, and that's really the difference between us. And they're looking up at the moment. We're looking at what's happening in the first division. We're not just quite yet.
Yeah, you bossed the first half in terms of possession, Ollie, and that formation that you went with tonight, we don't see it that often, the 3 central defenders and the 2 wing backs, and it allowed you to have a lot of the ball in the middle of the park. Yeah,
it didn't. There's positives and negatives with it. We still didn't create enough up top. We did turn them and we did get into areas, but the goalkeeper hadn't a huge amount to do, despite us having loads of possession, and indeed, I don't know how many corner kicks we had during the last count of it, but we needed to put one of them away. To be fair to them, they were always a threat on the counter, and like you saw Dane Massey's strike in the first couple of minutes that Mark Anthony parried, and was tapped in for a disallowed goal for offside. You sometimes you tend to forget that, because there was a lot of water under the bridge from the 3rd minute there right to the end. Did we do enough to win it? On another day we might have, but today we've nobody to blame but ourselves.
Yeah. And I think the one big chance that Harps got in the second half was that header from Tunde Owolabi close in. It almost came at him. He was almost surprised by it.
It probably came at him very quickly, and he tried to adjust. We kept a clean sheet, which is a long way in since we've done that, Dermot, and that's a positive. We just defended soundly. They caught us on the counter here for a free kick that bet us back in May, I think, with Dane Massey when Jamie Brown counter-attacked. It could have been worse, but we probably needed it to be better.
Your thoughts on the red cards then, one for each team?
We've addressed it with Sean in there. Gary Deegan has made a living out of football for the last 15 years in England, or maybe I'm a bit harsh to him with his age now, but Gary's a clever lad, and we fell into a trap, and Sean Boyd knows that he fell into a trap, that he wound him up and he fell for it, and we've nobody to blame but Sean, and Sean knows he's let himself down there as well.
Yeah, that mean he'll be out of the Derry game, won't it?
Yeah, it was quite petulant what he did, and it was handbag stuff, but Gary had fouled him, and it was a free to us in a promising area, in the attacking half of the pitch, and look, whatever advantage we had, 11 against 10 went out the window very quickly. We learned from it, and it's not the first time we had a player sent off. At least it was with 4 minutes to go that the sending off happened, as opposed to 4 minutes in that it happened here 10 days ago.
And tell me, the attentions turn now to Derry. First of all, hoping for them to do you a favour on Tuesday night, and then they come here on Friday night. Yeah,
we wish them the very best of luck tomorrow night, German, but not the same amount of luck on Friday when they come here, but we have to get something out of Friday, and that itself. Derry will have their work cut out tomorrow night in Waterford. They're a serious side, especially at home, and we certainly will have our work cut out when Derry come here on Friday, but we just hope we can be talking about Derry and that this time next year, rather than just here at the end of the season.
And what do Harps need to do then, Ollie? What's your target?
To score.
With 3 games to go, how many points?
I've no idea, Jeremy. We hoped to get 3 points here tonight, and we didn't do quite enough. It wasn't for the lack of trying. Could it have been worse? Yeah, we could have lost 1-0 if the Messi strike had gone in. However, we need to score. We need to keep clean sheets, and we need to score at the other end to try and avoid the relegation playoff. But we're not gone yet, Dermot. We still have a fighting chance.
Okay.